Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trexus, and today we'll be going over the DC Universe Online character creation. I'm doing this for a bunch of my friends who keep asking me about, how's the game? And well, I could explain it, but I'd rather just go ahead and just videotape everything so you guys can actually take a look. So what we have here is our male or female, and I'm a guy, so I'm going to choose male, of course. I'm not judging, but a little bit of me is judging. I'll have to give it that. We can choose large, medium, or small. Small pretty much being Boy Wonder himself. Or we're just going to go with the medium. Now, we can either do custom or inspired by. I don't know if you guys actually heard that or not, but this game is completely voice acted. There's like hardly any text unless you somehow actually check it in your chat box. Many people probably already heard you, but this is a PlayStation 3 port. We'll get into that a little later and then probably in another video. But right now, you can choose custom or inspired by. Inspired by pretty much means that you're actually looking at, yeah, what she said. You can choose either iconic person, Catwoman, Superman, or whatever. I mean, these right here are nice. You can also build off of these as well. I kind of actually like this flash a little bit. Really nice. But we're going to go back because I'm actually going to do custom a little bit to give me more time. Now, you either got hero or your villain. It doesn't matter which one. I'm a hero, so I'm going to go for it. God, her voice really irritates me sometimes. Alright, so you got your powerful, your serious, your primal, flirty, and comical. These are pretty much what your stances are. This does not affect combat whatsoever, just like this little side scroller says. So I'm just going to go for the serious look because I don't know. Now we select our mentor. Now I'm going to go explain this a little bit. Your mentor, either heroes or villain, is pretty much going to be either Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman for heroes, or you have the Joker, Lex Luthor, or Cersei for the villains. Each one has a different. Each one is pretty much different. The only difference between these is the iconic armor in-game sets that you get, either Batman, Superman, or Wonder Woman. Batman and Joker are pretty much called gadgets. I'm sorry, yeah, they're called gadgets. Superman and Lex Luthor are meta, and Wonder Woman and Cersei are magic. I actually do recommend going to the DC Universe online forums and going into Gotham City, the general chat forums, and look up Mentor's Origins and Iconic Armor Guide by King from Wolves of War. Pretty much they're like, apparently this, every time I go into the forums I see nothing but comments from these guys, so I'm guessing they're pretty big. I don't know. But that's really it. I mean, just trying to select your hero or the armor set that you really want to go with. If you don't know which one you want to go with, and you just want to go by armor just for game-wise, go take a look at the forum, go read it. I always recommend reading the forums. But you could also just choose whichever one you want. I'm going to choose Batman because Batman's cool. Now we're going to look at the select power. Now, I don't know why they didn't actually. Oh no, they actually put this in alphabetical order. Now I get it. That's kind of lame. We're going to look at these are your powers. These also explains what your role is going to be as well. I do want to mention another thread that I find very enlightening all the time in the forums as well. It's called a guide to weapon. It's a guide to weapon / role synergy. This is pretty much going with what your powers are. It also gives you what weapons pretty much go with that role. Fire and ice are your defense / tanks. The controllers, which are your crowd control, gadgets and mental, and healers are going to be nature and sorcery. I myself actually have a fire guy and a sorcerer, but we're actually not going to pay attention to those. This guy here is going to be my gadgets because I want to try out controls, and I think it's a pretty best way to actually go with this. So I'm going to choose gadgets. Now your movements. Your movements also have different aspects as well. They actually have their own little skill set that I'll actually go through in another tutorial as well. But if you either want to fly, you want to do acrobatics. Acrobatics is you can climb on walls pretty much like Batman, or you have super speed like the Flash. I've actually have flight and super speed. I'm going to try acrobatics. It's time to try new stuff. Now, this is where the weapon style comes from as well. Like I said, read the forum, go for it. Understand it a lot better, so you actually know what weapon you kind of want. I already know what weapon I want. That's dual pistol. For gadgets, you can either go with dual pistol or you can actually go with the rifle. It doesn't matter. I've read that both of these are actually very well endowed for the stats for gadgets. So I'm actually going to want to go with dual pistols. Now this is your summary. This is pretty much everything that I've actually already chosen. So now what I'm going to do is the costume. We're going to go with the body. We can look at the skin. Let's take a look at skin. Now we are going to get a little furry up in here. Yes, he has a tail. It's creepy. Total Biscuit did a video for his character creation as well and went through this and made quite the mockery of everything here, and I'm going to have to agree. It's just hilarious. Look at him, he's a little puppy. But anyways, the crystalline looks pretty badass. But I think I'm just really just going to choose some normal thing I haven't figured out which yet. I've looked at this stuff before, but nothing really enticed me to choose something like this. Now, how cool would it have been if he had a tail? Come on. Everybody wants to be Croc once in a while. Everybody wants to be Croc. So let's keep looking. Now, this is what I actually disagree with. They give us different types of little faces that we could do, so that's all nice and dandy. I'll have to give it that. But it doesn't mix in with the skin. That just gives you a facial expression. I actually want skin, but I'm just going to go with the Human 3 because it's nice. The hair is something else I can probably actually kind of moan and dislike, but that's just me. The reason I actually say I can gripe and moan about it is when you actually get further down this long list of hair. God, you actually start coming into the combination of hair and mustaches and goatee. They're called different things, but the hair stays the same and your mustache changes. Now, see, I have a mohawk and a full set of beard. Go to the grappler. Look, he has a mohawk and now he has mutton chops. It's just really weird, and I don't see any point liking it whatsoever. These combinations could be done a little bit better. I mean, does a sergeant look like that? No. I like I said, I can gripe and moan all day about the hairstyles, but I'm not really even going to care about hair for the fact that I'm going to be wearing a mask. Now, after you do your body, you come down here to your gear. Let's go, or as one of my old guildies in WoW used to say, his gear. It's pretty funny. I do not mean disrespect. Alright, so let's take a look at the headpieces. Alien threat, biker. Yes, that says Nazi, doesn't it? Probably not, but I'm stereotyping. Some of these are pretty cool. I do really like some of these styles of headgear. Makes you actually want to just do cool things. That's just weird, isn't it, people? Alright. I'm just really just going to go through this thing, and I really don't know what I'm going to do yet. I guess I should have actually went through here. This is the infamous formal top hat. God, that has actually pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. I mean, this is actually... I give DC this. They gave us a Spawn mask. How awesome is that? Alright. I really should have actually went through these, and I do apologize if this seems like just bitter rambling on and on, but that's what I get to do. I'm on the internet. It's what people love to hear. Alright, so let me actually go into a little thing that I read the forums, sadly. While I'm at work, I just want to read it. It seems kind of cool to read. Now, there is this thread that's called "What's Missing in the Character Creator," and I've actually grabbed some snippets from this, and this is just really funny. I mean, people were actually complaining about about this, about the character creator, about what's missing. I mean, people are actually, one guy, the main person who posted this is actually, people want tiaras to match something close to Wonder Woman. No, no, I do not. I'll give it that. It sounds really neat, but that's not going to happen in my opinion. But I mean, gun holsters for characters, guns. Uh, they're wanting a lot of realism, and I'll give it that. I really will. Congratulations, you won a lot, but this is game one. And thank God, some people have actually grasped this. That you're creating a brand new hero. This is your first set of clothes. This is what you're going to be wearing for a while. And even when you're playing the game, you actually have styles that actually drop from mobs, that and also from quests that you can actually have, and you collect that style, and so you can actually change your character all through the game. But and you can also change your colors, which is even better in my opinion. So I mean, people just calm down, people. We understand. You want these, but you're not going to get it. I mean, we actually finally got a patch that seemed to be kind of nonchalant, in my opinion. I really didn't see anything with it. All right, I guess I need to really stop screwing around here and actually pick something, don't I? Oh, I think I'm just gonna go with the full devil. Actually, probably the full domino. I'll go with full domino. That looks nice. Face. This is in case you actually did not want any. You didn't want to wear a mask. You actually just wanted to wear cool stuff. Let's see some of these. Enhanced goggles, eye patch. There's your clown face. Isn't that just pretty? Pretty damn creepy in my opinion. Oh, alright, but I'm not really going to get much into these because I really don't like any of these. Yep, did not like any of these whatsoever. The monocle was kind of cool. I have to agree that. But that's not going to happen for me. But I got my mask. Emblem is really not all that cracked up to be. It would be pretty cool if they could actually give us a created emblem thing. Maybe that could be in an expansion or something. But I don't know. That's a little too much in my opinion, because that would take just quite a lot to do, in my opinion. I mean, I do it in my wrestling game, and geez, that takes me like an hour and a half just to even make one guy. That's not even doing movesets. But I'm not needing an emblem. I'm not Batman after all. Screw that. Okay, we're going to be looking at chess pieces now. Of course, we have the nude. Nipples. Alright, so let's take a look here. Just want to take a look and see some stuff. The electric. Now, like I said, right now you're just choosing your clothing. You can actually change the color of all this a little later after you choose all your stuff that you want. Now, I thought I actually saw something pretty neat. I guess I might have been dreaming it. Probably not. I might just go with the cool stuff of, I don't know. I mean, they give us a lot. They do. They really do. Trench coat.